conversations in the group turn to the subject of serial killers, Angela's eyes light up. Don't get the wrong idea, she's a lovely person, just with a very strong interest in murder. Seriously though, her writing is often very moving, very thoughtful, frequently addresses what it means to be human in the world, which a lot of the best writing does.
Hello, Amanda. Thank you for that, John. The kind words. Most of my writing, as John says, comes from, I tend to write things about life experience and things that have happened to me in the past. I take inspiration from a current book that I'm maybe reading or songs. This piece that I'm going to read, I found online. If I don't get any inspiration from books or songs, I tend to go online. So this particular one, I found the inspiration online, and it's called The Mist. I had a shit of a day, and so I decided to take the car and go for a drive, not knowing how long I would be or where it would take me. Just drive. Pretty soon I came to a junction. Turning left would take me home, so I decided to turn right, as I wasn't ready to do that. I had no idea where this road would take me. After a few miles, I came to a sudden halt. Then in front of me was what I can only describe as a patch of really thick mist. However, when I checked my rearview mirror, it was completely clear, which I found really strange. Should I drive through the mist or turn back? I had my doubts, but I wasn't ready to go home yet, so I just waited for it. I drove through the mist and then onwards for another couple of miles. Things began to look familiar, and I found myself in the area where I grew up. In a nearby park, there was a group of children playing. They were about school age. They were playing rounders, a game I loved as a child, so I decided to sit and watch for a few minutes, reliving my youth. When I came closer, one of the children looked familiar. What was this? Where was I? I watched a bit more, mesmerised by what I was seeing. She was sitting on a bench near where the children were playing. I decided to go and join her and start a conversation. When I sat down, she turns to smile at me and says hi. I smile back. Do you mind if I sit here with you? No, that's fine. She said that's her parents, so I told her not to talk to strangers. And I say, that is very true. I tell her I used to live in this area, and I'm reminiscing. She asks me my name, and I tell her it's Angela. She said that's her name too. She looks at me as if recognising something in me. We sit in silence for a few minutes, watching the children play. Then we chat about their school. I'm wary of saying too much. Then I hear a voice shouting for Angela and Sandra. I turn and see a younger version of my mum, calling me and my sister in for dinner. Is this a chance to relive my youth, guide my younger self through my teens and into young adulthood, avoiding the mistakes and mending all those horrible memories? No, that wouldn't be right. I can't change the course of history, because I wouldn't be the person I am today. When she gets up to leave, she does a double take, and I look at her. She's wearing yellow shorts and a white t-shirt. How I love that outfit. I stand up, say goodbye. I tell her it's been lovely to talk to her. She asks me, will I see you again? I tell her I'm not sure. I give her a hug, and she hugs me back. And I say, just remember, always do your best in life and be the best you can be. There is so much I want to say to her, and I feel an urge to protect her from certain things. But I know I can't do that. Like me, she had to discover things for herself.
Wow.
Our next reader is Barbara. Seamless, yes. Let me say a few words. What can I say about Barbara? Otherwise known as Mrs. Ecas, the heart and soul of Ecas members. Yes. She's been coming to Ecas for many years, and there is barely an activity at Ecas that Barbara has not at some time lit up with her presence. Her writing is often wildly imaginative and surreal, always entertaining. We often hear about her dreams, of course.
In high heels.
In high heels. Yes. Leave that one there. I was actually going to talk about some of Barbara's dreams, but because we're before the 9 p.m. threshold, we can't really do that. And I've just realised I forgot to read from her. I'm going to read a bit also from her, the biography in the programme as well. Barbara had a brain hemorrhage 22 years ago. Before that, she was very sporty, doing lots of running, aerobics and swimming. She worked at Scottish Widows for 30 years. She also cared for her mum who had dementia. She takes part in many Ecas activities, Tai Chi, craft, art, as well as the reading and creative writing group. She says that you'll also find her doing jigsaws, drinking and dancing. And I've written here, not all at the same time, but I think it probably is all at the same time.
Yes, in high heels.
Anyway, Barbara's going to be reading 2 pieces tonight. She's going to start with an acrostic. I know you literary types will be very aware of what an acrostic is, so I don't need to tell you. I will tell you though anyway. For those not familiar with the art of the acrostic, it's a poem in which the first letter of each line spells out a word, name or phrase when read vertically. Yeah, very clever stuff. Barbara's a specialist at this.
Yeah.
And it's on page 10 of the programme if you want to have a look at that.
The original gentle eruption today has enabled rampant, wild, erratic healing even of all eight. That's together we heal.
Read it again, Barbara.
Yeah.
The original gentle eruption today has enabled rampant, wild, erratic healing even though awfully late. I was born in the 50s. I have 3 big brothers. I attended school and I also had a part-time job in a shop on Saturday. I left school with several hires. I started working at Swindon Windows. Working in the pensions department. And I worked there for 30 years. I took up aerobics, running, badminton, swimming, all keep fit. I met my partner Valerie.
There she is.
Did
I
I?
went together 30 years later on. I also looked after my mum, who had suffered badly with dementia. All feeling normal, but everything changed on the 7th of November 2003 when I was expected to have a big hemorrhage. I was like I had died but come back to life and had to learn to walk and talk again. I never stopped talking then.
I can see that.
I was introduced to Ecas at Ecas while I was still recovering in Astor Easley Hospital in Edinburgh. I enjoyed them. I started going to classes in the Fairfield Day Centre. I made lots of friends. Sadly, in 2015, the day centre closed due to cutbacks, and that was very sad for me. However, Ecas continued for me, and I joined many more classes, and they started up. I now do art, craft, Tai Chi, as well as reading creative writing, which are great. Well, some teachers are great. You are great. The teachers are all professional and understanding, and good listeners. All the staff offer great support, and I've made many friends. Since 2004, Ecas has supported me and helped me develop my skills, and I don't know how I've managed without them. So I think it's fair to say that Ecas has been a large part of helping me to repair. Thank you, Ecas. Thank you, Ecas.
Our next reader tonight is David. He was born in Glasgow and then he moved to Edinburgh where he's lived for 34 years. And he's been coming to Ecas for 15 years now. Ali just mentioned it.
Sorry, I've got the order.
Okay.
Sorry.
He's in the craft class as well as the reading and creative writing. He's written poetry since he was 16 years old. His inspiration comes mainly from song lyrics, including Fish, Chris Rea, Justin Curry, and the Beatles. His drawings have been exhibited at the Wee Museum of Memory in Ocean Terminal, Edinburgh. And around the time of COVID, he drew every day for 5 consecutive years. So far, he has more than 700 drawings to his name. So much to say about David. He's an actor as well. I've seen him in a number of plays at the Out of the Blue Drill Hall on Dalmeen Street, for those people who've been down there. He has an encyclopedic musical knowledge. Ask him anything. After the event, you can ask him anything. All those musical questions that have been stored away in your brain for so long. He's a master of online research, which he demonstrates throughout our sessions, usually, with his phone. Yeah, okay. Which you've been banned from, yeah. Yeah. He's a prolific writer of poems. On a serious note, his work is heartfelt, deeply human, angry and uplifting in equal measure. He's always engaged with the world and the people in it.
So my first poem is Pope should be gay. Pope should be a woman. Catholic Church missing half the population. The Vatican should sell its heart to help the poor. That would be a cure for sure. The Vatican should be just plain simple and plain. And all religions should do the same, simple and plain. No gold clothes or silver clothes, no fancy rooms, just work for one another. I know, straight gay or just too tall. We have all the same, one phenomenal form. Everybody is everyone. Nobody is better than the other. Sister or brother. Don't think anyone is better than you. All humans are the same and different. All humans are fragile and strong. All humans are bones and dust. All humans are limited and limitless. All humans are magic and mysterious. The Pope should be gay, and the Pope should be a woman.
Yes. Wow.
Our next reader is Julia. During childhood, Julia found that being able to retreat to a hidden world in books kept her going. Her granddad left a load of forgotten books at her mum's house. It was there that she discovered the wonderful world of Jane Eyre, Forever Amber, and Wuthering Heights. She loved the Brontes, strong women fighting in a man's world to write and get their voices heard. It always inspired her. She loves to write horror, crime and mysteries. This is my favourite bit of her biography. She finds the class an amazing place to share stories and have a good laugh with like-minded people. It's a rare chance to be able to share your work and get good, constructive criticism. She really enjoys it and it makes her want to write more. Like Angela, Julia also has a strong interest in murder, as well as zombies, so there's a supplement to that murder thing. both of which, Murder and Zombies, both feature in her writing tonight.
Nervous, so excuse me for reading too fast. I've always loved horror, so when I wrote about a serial killer for my first piece, it's called Rest in Pieces. Jacob cleaned his knife. He liked everything to be precise and tidy. He wasn't sure if it was his OCD or simply his mother's fearsome influence, deserted from early childhood to be clean. After a murder, Jacob liked to be sure there wasn't a trace of him left behind. He isolated admired the corpse of the young victim. Her skin had turned the colour of marble, cold and hard to the touch. Her beautiful, abundant copper tresses smiling in a dark cloud around her like a shroud, he thought. He had no remorse. She had been a means to an end. The girl had come to him like a gift online, full of hope, and looking for romance with a handsome doctor. He had been looking for fresh body parts. Jacob needed her kidney to repair his beloved Sylvia. Sylvia had become ill 3 years into the relationship. Jacob, a top surgeon, tried desperately to find help. Transplant waiting list was long, so he looked around on the black market, but the quality was down, so he took it in his head to seek out fresh kills. The first murder had been the hardest, but his latest killing, he thinks her name was Maisie, had been easy. She had liked his online profile. On the website, he was a handsome, rich doctor with silvery locks, chiseled jaw, and enigmatic brown eyes. It was easy to dazzle her. A bit romance, some fine wine, wining and dining, and she was his. Gripping his knife to carve up Maisie's body, and put the unwanted parts into black bags. His beloved Sylvia already had new lungs and a new right arm. Now she had a new kidney. He enjoyed the killing, snuffing out life to such a power trip, but the mess afterwards, disposing of the evidence, the cover-up, that was the hard work. Sylvia, currently in a coma in Jacob's master bedroom, was guarded by a nurse he recruited. She was silent and visible and asked no questions. But Sylvia's condition had not improved. She needed another arm and her heart was deteriorating at an alarming rate. It wouldn't be long before you needed to find another kill. He would go online tonight. He has several dating profiles under different names. The women he attracted were fresh meat and means to an end. He had no compassion, only a determined coldness. Slinging the black bags into his jeep, he headed for the woods, and a deep glade had become his favourite burial ground. The moon cast a spectral glow over the trees. Shivering, he chose a spot under a large oak. Maisie would get her eternal rest in pieces.
Leanne likes true crime stories, and she goes to Ecas to improve her reading and writing skills. She's also been inspired to write her life story. But this is a big one, this. She's not just a writer. She is an Olympic champion. Yeah. Olympic champion in 10-pin bowling. She is a 6 times medal winner at the Special Olympics, and I think that deserves another. The Special Olympics, for those who are not aware of, is a global sports movement to end discrimination against people with intellectual disabilities. Leanne's the most recent member of the group, which she slotted in wonderfully. She often writes wildly entertaining pieces about celebrities, such as Tom Jones, in very unusual She has a very important role, aside from being a member of the Reading and Creative Writing Group, she has a very important role to play at Ecas in monitoring Ali's behaviour. And often reprimanding him, whether he is manhandling the windows, which happened the other day, or being too noisy in the kitchen with the kettle and the microwave, which is right next to our writing area. So Leanne has a special position in doing this. Yeah. Leanne is going to be reading one piece tonight, and this is on page 14.
Making machine. One cold morning, after Alfie woke up, he tried out a special machine for making wheelchairs. but the machine was not working. He tried to fix it, and he thought to himself, maybe I need to make a machine to fix the machine that makes wheelchairs. No how thought, maybe if the machine breaks down, I'll have to make a machine to fix the machine that make wheelchairs. So he tried to fix the machine that make wheelchairs, so that he could make his own wheelchair. But when he had made his wheelchairs, it was not quite right. The next day, he decided to make his wheelchair by hand. He started with the wheels and he fixed them on the chair. Then Alfie put a handle on the wheelchair. Afterwards, he added an electric motor. This will be great because it means that he could go on his own to places and he will live in an independent life. Alfie saw his carer once a week when he went shopping. His carer says, "Nice wheelchair, Alfie." He replied, "Thank you. Thank you. I made the machine for making wheelchairs." Alfie carer says, "That's brilliant." "Yes," said Alfie, "you can see my machine when we finish shopping. But I have to tell you that the machine was broken. I tried to fix it, but it still needs some work so that people can make their own wheelchairs." Alfie said, "If I can't repair it, I will make the wheelchair by myself and give them to other people. The machines are great, but humans must never be replaced."
Yeah!